to the Art of Hitting channel. Today we're going to have Ed and Dan behind the scenes in the dugout. They had to test their equipment out, so they just started talking about, the point of the week there, which was about timing, technique, and technology. And they got locked into the discussion about timing and how the mind will compensate for a late start, maybe with your mechanics and the timing to speed your bat up to hit the ball correctly. And what they did is go into a depth and get definitions, and basically it's saying that your brain's going to react and speed up your hands to make sure you make contact. So let's see what they have to say, and we'll talk later.
The mind being able to make up for that. Can you elaborate on that a little bit? What do you mean? I said a feel. You said a sense. Can you get more detailed than that?
Yeah, well, look, it's been my experience over time. And, I got 40 years using that overlap grip and resting the bat on my shoulder and just practicing swinging at the very last minute. That was I'd always wait for the ball to come down and hit it right at the lowest point of it. And I'm not so good at it anymore because I've changed, I've changed my style a little bit in the last year here, and I can't hit it out as much anymore and all that good stuff. But I do believe, based on my experiences, even when sometimes I wait, that ball's by me, and some people will tell me that the ball was by, but I'll get up there and turn that so quick. I believe that the mind, now, it doesn't do it all the time, and if you don't have the quick reflexes, there's certain things you got to train yourself for that. But if you have the physical ability to move your hands quick and just if you've been hitting a lot, I mean, you can't just take Johnny Six Pack and take him out there and say, well, just wait to the very last second and swing, and the bat's going to do the work.
Right.
No, it ain't the way it works. Right. But I actually looked it up because this was just my personal experience. I didn't read a book. I didn't hear Ted Williams say this. I didn't hear Alan Tanner say this. I didn't hear Dan Carlson say this. But this is what the definition said to me. It said the theory you're referring to is described as perceptual motor anticipation. I could spend the rest of my life and not come up with that definition. Or neural adaptation. It suggests that in certain situations, particularly in fast-paced sports like softball, a hitter's brain can compensate for the late start by increasing the speed of their motor response. That's what I'm saying about the motor response. If you don't have good motor response, I mean, let's say you had some kind of disease or, you just never developed your motor responses as a kid, and you got to do that. Muscles in your body, they're just not there. You got to develop them. Specifically, the movement of the hands to hit the ball. So that's why a lot of people that I see that have good, wrist and they're breaking it with the normal grip. That's why I say the overlap grip is good for that. Now, the big thing about the overlap grip, and this is just became very, you
want me to get that?
Yeah, that's good. Oh, sure. I'm in the studio. You're on air.
Oh, sorry. I was calling to see what you wanted for dinner because I'm stopping at Publix.
Whatever your lovely self wants to cook.
Okay.
I'm on air, so I'm being the nicest guy I know.
Yeah, I was going to say something about that. Okay.
Hi, Cheryl.
Love you, honey. Yeah, I got to answer that one, man. That was the boss. Yeah, so I'm kind of elated that my raw caveman theory was
So your
correct.
caveman theory was actually thought of by somebody else who gave a scientific breakdown of how it works. That's pretty cool.
Well, it's these guys that think out there. And let me see. Here's the breakdown of how that theory works. Perception. The hitter perceives the ball's trajectory, speed, and other relevant information. This involves visual information processing, estimating the ball's path, and predicting where it will be when they swing. And all that's done where? Where? Practice, right?
Practice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Practice.
it's just not, I'm going to swing late and I'm going to be good. No, you got to practice.
Yeah.
Decision making. Based on the perception of the ball trajectory, the hitter makes a decision about where to swing. This decision is influenced by their experience, skill level, and familiarity with the game, all from
Practice. Yeah.
Motor response. Again, this is where I said if you don't have good motor response, Charlie, that's my dog, Charlie. Don't. Once the decision to swing is made, the brain sends a signal to the muscles, initiating the swinging motion, and the speed and accuracy of this motor response are critical in making contact with the ball. So all this stuff comes in with timing, and that's just a nuance to how you can actually improve your hitting by just letting the brain take over, if you will. Yeah. Okay, man. I don't know. I mean, that's pretty cool.
Well, that's something that it's a phrase that I will circle back to that. You told me that, and it was like, it was almost.
You had a hard time believing it, didn't you?
No, it was like, it was an interesting, I never thought of it that way. And I had spent enough time practicing that I was, in fact, this is off the wall too. I mean, the last time we had I was at batting practice, you said, what do you want to work on today? What was my answer?
I forget.
Let the ball drop.
Let the ball drop.
Let the ball drop, trusting my mind to be able to catch up to it. And I mean, that's one of the things I'm working with in my game right now. And I'm having more power than I've had.
Well, I think you do that instinctively, and or maybe not so instinctively. I mean, I saw you develop that over the course of a year, and you are. I mean, you're on the ball 90% of the time, in my opinion. You are doing that, I think.
Yeah, and I mean
So
the
you
mind
did
being,
start consciously doing it,
Yeah.
and that's what you. And look, man, there's balls I've hit out so far, waiting to the last minute, and just and a lot of times you get in there and you're gonna let it. I'm gonna let it be a ball, but all of a sudden it ain't a ball, so I better swing this sucker.
Yeah, and surprisingly,
You hit it out.
good things happen. Yeah.
Okay, man, let's take this to the farm. See how the thing worked.
All right, let's do it. I'm gonna start that earlier.
If you enjoyed that conversation behind the scenes, none of this is scripted, other than maybe when they look up definitions, they read from that. But all this timing technique and technology is in line with the concept of 15% of your swing is linear and 85% is rotational. It's really up to the hitter how much linear they're going to use and how they generate their power. 85% mostly comes from the rotational power, generating the power from the ground and transferring up and through the bat, which takes timing. And the subject we just talked about is very important, and that's all part of the concept. I hope you enjoyed this look, and don't forget the art of hitting in the dugout, and hit subscribe. Thank you.